Yeah, I mean, I could probably answer Nadira's question in terms of defensively. I think, I think we're a pretty good half-court defensive team, and we've really been able to show that all year. I think they exposed us tremendously in the first half on defensive transition. A lot of their baskets were scored off of our mistakes more than the setup of our defense. When we had the opportunity to play half-court defense, I thought we did a really good job against them. And I thought the first few minutes of the second half, we were actually able to set up our defense, actually the first few minutes of the game as well. So that's, I think defensively we do a good job of matching up with people. But once we turn the ball over or they get in transition, we could not stop them in transition. And I thought that was probably where we were able to do a better job defensively.
Are you getting a sense now that it seems like all the pieces are there, you're poised to make a nice surge heading into March?
Yeah, but you never want to get too comfortable because I just think in our league, anything can happen on any given night. I mean, I like where our team is right now. I like how we have played against, Rutgers and Louisville, and even, on the road against Cincinnati and Syracuse. Those are really tough wins on the road. And then to come back here and not quit. I mean, we could have at halftime, came out and it could have really gotten ugly. But they bounced back, they fought, and they kind of showed, that they really are a really good basketball team. And I think we're getting there. It's funny, I try not to look back that much because I don't want to say what if and what was or what could have been. But we do have, a really strong nucleus, and now that they're back playing together, I mean, no one's really, blown us out of the gym. The first half of today was probably, the largest margin that it's been. But we've hung with everybody, and now we've played the number 1 and number 2 team in the country, and we've beaten the number 7 and number 12 team. So I think that says a lot about our team, and I think we're going to continue to improve.
Coach, is that basically like I want to say a big byproduct of your success over the last few years of actually having, like you said, even though you did play the top 2 teams in the country, you have been successful against other ranked teams. Is that basically showing that, is that a positive sign from the head coaching position?
Yeah, I mean, those wins for us earlier in the season were tremendous, and I think the thing about us is now that everyone is playing and healthy, we do have experience. I mean, Deshina's been a starter since her freshman year. Nadira, Shanika, starters since their freshman year. Gina, significant minutes. So there's a lot of experience on the court there, and they're starting to get back in the flow of things, and they're starting, to click. I thought the biggest thing tonight, which I was surprised about, and this is what we talked about at halftime, is they actually got tight. They looked like they were scared in the first half. And this group of kids have never played like that. We've played at Connecticut, we've played Baylor, and we've never gotten shaky. And tonight they really got shaky. But they bounced back. So I think it was kind of a little bit of a confidence thing. And then once they saw that they were okay, they bounced back and they handled it.
Kim, having seen both of the top teams in the country now, how would you compare Notre Dame to that?
It's funny, a lot of people have asked me that since we have played both of them. But, the big statement on the women's basketball scene, I guess, in basketball in general is, guards win. Guards win. Everybody says that. The media, the coaches, everybody. And Notre Dame just has so many guards, golly. I mean, Griner obviously is special, and she's different than anybody out there, and she's capable of doing, anything. But the amount of guards and how competitive they are and how tough they are and how they're capable of making shots or beating you off the bounce, I mean, the things that Notre Dame, they just rotate. And, I said I said to Muff today, you can have 2 kids have an off night, and it wouldn't even be like you missed a beat because you have so many other kids that are capable of stepping up. I just think they're really a special group, and the way that they share the basketball, and, they find each other, they make extra passes, and Peters is playing outstanding. I just think that they're really a special group. I would find it hard for, somebody to beat them down the stretch if they continue, going the way that they are.
How much did Nadira's foul trouble affect that first half with Notre Dame's transition?
Well, golly, my referee friend's in here, and I'm not allowed to talk about him. So, but I've been doing this a long time, Doug, and I might have had a heart attack tonight on the bench there. you know, she makes our team go. She was out for a bunch of games this year, and when she doesn't play, we're not the same team. She's a special point guard. I mean, you can put her in the group with those other kids. She really does so much for our team. And even when she's out there in foul trouble, she's different than she is when she doesn't have fouls. So I think that definitely took a toll on us, and mentally our kids know that, and it definitely takes a toll on us from the defensive standpoint. So, you know, that's obviously not the difference in the game. You know, they did a tremendous job, but it hurts us when she's not out there, and it hurts us when she's in foul trouble for sure.
Kim, it was surprising you guys were tight. I mean, you've beaten them here the last 3 times.
I'm shocked. I was really shocked. I said at halftime, well, what is going on? And you know what? In the first 4 minutes, we were fine. So it was just that gap, but the pressure that they give, and then, you know, they're kids. You know, you turn the ball over a couple times, people pick you a couple times, and they never experienced that in a long time. Their confidence was shook, and we just needed to regroup. I was completely surprised. I mean, we've played up at UConn, we've played places where those kids haven't gotten tight. So, I mean, in large part, it's due to Notre Dame, you know, and what they do to you. But we were able to regroup, but I was completely surprised. Yeah, I was completely surprised. I mean, heck, look what they did at Tennessee. So.
Any other questions for Coach?
Yeah, can I get a comment about Megan's development as a coach?
Megan she's unbelievable. I think, you know, a number of years ago when Muff called me about her, you know, Muff's tough, and if she's going to call and recommend somebody, you know that she really truly believes in this person. And she said she will be terrific. And she was young and without any real experience, but she just told me about her playing career and how she was a leader. And I watched her, you know, I coached against her as a player, and she has just been tremendous. And every year she takes on more and more. I think she's going to be an outstanding head coach. You know, she's still passionate about Muff and about Notre Dame. This is the hardest week of her life, she tells us. I think next year we might take the scout away from her because it's too much stress for a young professional. But she's getting better and better. She has a tremendous relationship with the players. She's doing a great job from a recruiting standpoint, and she's just been a wonderful addition to our staff.
One more question, Coach. How proud are you as a mentor? I personally have gotten a chance to work with one of your proteges over at Queens College, Ms. Scott Lindsay, and also you have Joy McCorvey coming back on your staff. I mean, how proud are you of your proteges as far as going into having pretty successful or beginning their coaching career?
Well, I think that's the biggest thing. You know, you as a coach, you always want to give back, and you always want your players to, you know, take something from the program and from their experience. And when you have kids like Megan has done at Notre Dame, and like Sky and Joy are doing here, I mean, it just brings a smile to my face every day. And Sky and Joy have been tremendous people, tremendous players in our program, but tremendous representatives of our university. And they're doing a great job out there, and it's really nice to have people, because they believe in St. John's, and you know, they believe in our university, so it's nice to have them out there, you know, representing in the coaching business.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.